The name's Katlego and that's
Puleng.
and we spend our mornings with you between 6 and 10 a.m. And of course, on Mondays, we shed a light on, I want to say South Africans, but specifically Joburgers, who are doing the things, man, who make us proud, but also we feel like we could learn a thing or two from what it is that they're getting up to. We bring them into studio and we just have, a conversation. Today, becoming the person you once needed. We've invited the CEO of Digital Shiro, amongst other things, Mags Shivanda. Welcome to 98 Breakfast, Mags.
Oh, thank you for having me on a Monday morning.
Sham. People have arrived in life, no? When they say, I ordinarily don't work on Mondays.
Well, I think we all work super hard so that we don't work Mondays.
Yeah, no.
I've at least for me.
You get it, Nick?
We'll get there. The rest of us are still lagging behind on that.
It's a little bit childish.
Exactly.
Max, for somebody who's listening who doesn't know, one, what Digital Shiro is, but also who you are, give us a background.
Blom.
Okay.
A current Joburger, but I guess most of us who are here are not really originally from here, but there's still most people that are from Joburg. But originally, I'm from Bloemfontein. So I was born actually... Tabanchu.
Okay.
So Tabanchu is like less than an hour away from Bloem. And so my mom had me when she was in high school. So she was forced by her mom to go find a job in the big city, which was Bloem. So when I was 4, she came to pick me up and I lived with her ever since in Bloemfontein. I'm from Bloemfontein. I went to university in Bloemfontein. And then, let's say 18 years ago, I moved to Johannesburg.
To the big city.
We're not going back to Bloemfontein. That's me. That's what I own a Digital Shiro. Digital Shiro is a digital media and marketing company. We established it in 2015, so we're turning 11.
Oh, sure.
This year,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hey, I need the congratulations because running a business. And then I also have a foundation in Bloemfontein called Bloem Girls Rock and Bloem Guys Rock Foundation. It was established in 2018 when the company was starting to do well. I just decided to be like, I can't say I'm a success if the people I grew up with have no access to the things that I have access to. So we have impacted thousands and thousands of young people in Bloem. I also have a soccer team.
Wow. So you're not busy.
My brain is busy.
You're just chilling. You're just twiddling your thumbs most of your days.
I have a soccer team in Bloem. We're on Hollywood Regional League. Remember 3 years ago when I actually became part of the team, they won the league for the first time, IBL Super League, because of how we supported them. The young men and young boys really are craving attention and they need it in the right way, So with that, also have a few taxis in Bloemfontein.
And that is why she can take Monday off. Okay. It's coming from all directions.
Is the list still going on?
It's still I also find myself investing in a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
Preferably women owned, but most of the time guys are all the ones that are much more persuasive and we get to do that. So I would love to. So I'm also an investor. That's all I can think of right now.
For now. And off air when she came in, she was like, my gosh, I almost struggled getting my way around here. I was like, what is this girl talking about? She's like, I normally depend on my team to help me move around, but today I was like, let me do it myself. I would depend on an army myself.
And I guess it does take an army, right?
It does.
When I think about that, I think about how people always tell their stories as if they
self-made.
are self-made.
No such
Are there
thing.
specific people in your story that you look back on and you go, those are my angels?
Yeah, I think I'm from Kitsokokasi, and I grew up in a squatter camp. And one of the first person that made a huge impact on my life was my uncle's wife. She actually is one. Remember those nurses that went to London? Yeah, she's one of the first people that went there. And I think I was doing grade 11 and I was excited that I passed. But that's mediocre. You just passed ka 60. What is this? Or what? She's like, you're such a smart girl. You can do better. I'm like, yes. And then I lived.
What are you celebrating?
Oh yeah, who celebrates a 60% there? Just because you are in a township school doesn't mean you shouldn't go higher. You know, I remember my high school journey living to impress her.
Yeah.
And when I passed matric, she bought me clothes from London. I was like, oh my God. So she was really the one person that pushed me. Even now, like, when she sees me now, she's like, of course, you know, she's so proud. But I'm like, yo, I just appreciate you seeing my light and not like some other family members that try to dim it. She saw my light, poured petrol, paraffini. She's like, you're going to see what you're capable of. And yeah, so that was probably one of the most main critical person when I was in high school.
Okay.
You know, seeing that is another thing, but also opportunities presenting themselves to you. I can imagine, especially as a female, a black female in South Africa, doing amazing things like you do. Was there maybe, you know, a point in your life you thought to yourself, if nobody is opening this door for me, I'm gonna draw it and create it myself?
That's how Digital Shiro was established.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm not even going to let you answer that question.
Okay.
If you're listening and you want to find out how Digital Shiro was established, you stay on, okay? Even if you're parked in the office and you're like, can I office in KG? Tell them that you got stuck in traffic. Speaking of which, in Randburg, expect slower movement around the Ferndale, Blackgowrie and Cresta areas. In Bryanston, traffic is picking up around Winnie Mandela Drive, Main Road and N1 Western Bypass. In Sandton, expect delays around Rivonia Road, Sandton City and the M1 feeds towards Rosebank and Woodmead. Traffic is building around Oxford Road, the M9, Rivonia Road and Buccleuch. And as is always, if you spot anything on the roads this morning, share your updates with us on the 938 Breakfast WhatsApp line. That's 071 460 5169. Mags is in studio. We're talking everything about her life story, but also we're going to talk about her business. And she's going to answer that question. How did she start it? Huh? Because sometimes we see the Instagram is popping. You know, people are taking Mondays off, but we don't know how they got there. That's what we're going to talk about.
3-8
Sorry, I need to break it. Okay. Play this song when we come back. We pick up the call.
Permit.
Sure.
Maybe I'll get it. Room temperature call?
Room temperature is perfect, thank you. Can you guys hear me? I don't know. Should I put on a microphone? Please let me know.
Oh, isn't it?
Kupompe beke in
Mic.
a microphone in case.
Thank you. Let me get positive.
Also forgot to ask, still sparkling?
Still, yo, it's too early for sparkling. Onobuaka, our body is now going against us.
Yeah.
Sparkling water. Acid early this morning.
Very,
Yo,
very quickly.
Is it acid like that?
Soda, it is kind of soda-ish, is it not?
Love sparkling.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, sure. I don't need this.
What was I going to ask? Oh, I was going to say, I paused it now. Are you comfortable with the pace, the conversation?
Yes, I am. I'm going to just take the lead because now I can talk.
Yeah. Oh. Now that I have a guest, two folks, that's moving.
Yes, yes. No.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It's like pulling teeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Because I think for me, I love telling my story first for people to know. Because people just assume, okay, I don't know, there's a perception they have of me when they first meet me. So I always have to tell my story so that they understand.
But like pretty privileged. Oh, maybe she's from a wealthy family.
Yes, usually. And then sometimes they're like, she's speaking from privilege. I'm like, no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes also privilege is earned, right? So yes, you might now be a privilege,
Yeah.
but you didn't have privilege when you were in a school.
No.
So
I dragged myself out of there.
White privilege might not be earned, but we have to grind.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I say white is broad, but we all have to grind.
Yeah.
So and I feel like you shouldn't be ever ashamed of the privilege that you work to get.
Yeah.
No.
Because I will not allow, my kids cannot have to feel ashamed because their mom worked.
No.
And
You changed the thing.
the lineage, exactly. Yeah. So it is nice to have privilege. The sad part is not using it, you know. Even when you are pretty, I'm like, ma'am, use your face.
God gave it to you for a reason.
Exactly.
Okay. You're gonna pick it up from our back announce and then you pick it up from the
Sure.
In Katlego, get tonight. Please restart.
So we haven't revealed this name yet.
Even Luena, ne?
Tell about in the Lendlela. This road can be long. It doesn't happen overnight. Heavy K. 25 minutes past 9. It's 9:38 breakfast.
And I can imagine it was not an easy road for you as well, Mags. You know, I mean, 11 years strong in the business. You really do rock the world. And, you know, I can imagine also it comes with some difficulties along the journey, you know, where opportunities don't come as easily. And even when you try to, you know, approach them, oftentimes in business, if you are a black female with a strong voice, you know, you find yourself sitting in a boardroom full of men who some of them in that room won't take you as serious, and they will close the door for you. You know, when that happens, have you ever in your mind thought, well, I'm gonna create a door myself and, you know, open it to great opportunities?
Yeah, I think that's when I think, like I said earlier, Digital Shiro was established from the fact that I was in the media industry for 8 years in corporate. And I was tired in going to meetings and offices and not seeing anyone that looks like me, you know. And I think I will go there to just take briefs and just go to work. And then I'm like, nothing was inspiring me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to find people that look like me, you know, in the space. And I did. There was Ayanda Mbanga who owned an agency back then. And I used to look up to her. She didn't even know that girls like me are looking up to her. And then I'm like, no, man, I'm tired. Why? And then that thing of, then you have to become the solution to the problem, you know. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to call it Digital Shiro, because people need
Also
to
name,
know.
by the way.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
the name was intentional. Like, whoever in the world, if anyone says Digital Shiro Media Group, they know a woman is involved in that company. Either they are being led by, it's company being led by women, or it's founded by women. It was very, very intentional.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I started there. And knowing then, with all the obstacles that I was facing, my why has always been, I need young girls to see people that looks like them in the spaces. So whatever obstacle that came my way, shame, it won't survive, because my why and my intention was clear. So I knew I'm going to be faced with certain things, and I'm not going to sit here and say I did this all by myself. You know, there were then I realized, oh, maybe I might need mentors, you know. Maybe I actually need someone to help me with certain things. My husband also became very critical, because he's a man, black guy in corporate, he's an executive, so he knows what these people are on about. So I will then, before ChatGTP, I will go, he was my ChatGTP. I'll be like, look at what they say. He's like, what? Tell me 1, 2, 3, you know? So, but I also had business mentors in my journey. I have people that help me to coach me, because I'm from the township. I was probably the first generation of knowing that I'm going to start a corporate business, not just a company that is like for self. I didn't want to be self-employed. I wanted to run a business that was going to outlive me. So if I want that help, if I want a business like that, with my background, I need as much help as I can. And so every time I'm faced with something, I will always find someone who can help me and guide me to get to that point, you know. So I'll go breathe and go get the help and then go back into the battlefields and fight again.
Fantastic.
You know?
Wow. So you speak about your husband, right? And I love that you're open about it.
Aye.
And the role that he's kind of played on the journey.
Yes.
What would you say was like the one conversation that the two of you guys had that changed everything? Or it doesn't have to be changed everything.
Yeah.
But was like, hey, Mokhatak, do we stop now?
I think he's never, I think, because he's the one who, I was pregnant with my daughter when I started Digital Shiro. She's 10. And back then, the company I was working for, it was giving me a lot of anxiety. So back then, he's the one who said, please, can you do something? You've been saying you want to start your own business. Can you start your business now?
Yeah.
And so because he's the one who planted a seed in my head to do this, no matter what, when I'm faced with something, I think he's always felt I don't know if it's responsible, but he's also my husband, so he has to protect me. So he kind of felt like if the business is going through a tough time, before I got an investor, he used to be the one that will help me to pay off some salaries, you know.
Yeah.
And I will pay him back, but
I love.
no, if he's sending money to the business, because it's capital,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
it's
so it
business,
has to be, and especially if it's loan, it has to be paid back,
Sure.
you know. So so he helped me. No, he never ever. That's one thing about my guy. There's not any situation in any of my journey where I would be probably like, there's been times I'm like, hey, maybe I must start brushing off my CV and see. But I knew I'm not doing that, because he's he will never, ever, ever say, babe, I think you must maybe go back. Like, he never.
Of which there's no shame in going back either, but he's always been in your corner.
I think because he's always been in my corner, and I always feel so sad when I hear women who are at probably the same level as me or way even above, when you hear the abuse they go through at home. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And then I appreciate him and understand my privilege that I have a partner that sees my light again. And pour in petrol, and maybe pours a lot of oil, it doesn't die, you know.
Yeah.
But when you hear that so many men or husbands are competing with their wives and are not putting them in that place to be seen, or maybe then you find that so many other women leaders are not nice people, because the only time they are heard is in boardrooms, and now they become mean and all of that, only to find it's because when they go home, they are brought down to their knees to be like, hey, you know. My husband has never been like that. He's always just said to me, when famously, and that day you must just, the only probably issue be like, as long as you're still this girl,
Yeah,
as
it
long
keeps you
as
grounded.
you're
He's your cheerleader, but he also reminds you of where the ground is, which is great.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us now, we're in conversation with the CEO of Digital Shiro, Max Shivanda. And we're talking about her journey as a person first, then as a woman second, then as a mother third, and of course as a wife as well in all of that. Not even including the other parts where she's a boss, she's a soccer team owner, she's an NPO supporter. Who busy.
Very busy.
You were rushing here in traffic, and you're texting me and saying, listen, I'm sorry, I'm going to try and make it on time, etc., etc. If you had, in that drive, pulled up to the robots and looked to your right, and it was 22-year-old self driving, sitting in that same traffic, what would be going through her head? What were her big worries at 22? And what would you then say to her?
At 22, that's when I was considering coming to Johannesburg. And I think my biggest fear then was, what if I fail? You know, what if I go to this big city? Okay, I think I started having those insecurities where the people that saw my light and tried to bring me down, then their voices were louder, you know, like, who do you think you are? You from this place, that's where you belong. How dare you have a dream, you know? And I think she was going through that battle in her head. And so I think I just need to give her a hug and tell her everything is actually great.
Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, because, she was battling. She was battling a lot with her head, and those voices were much louder. But I'm glad she did, because now I can even go back to her and be like, look at all those thoughts where they were not true, you know. So I'm glad she did that. She protected me in so many ways, but somehow she felt she was protecting me. But then, of course, I wouldn't go push myself harder. But it's fine. It's okay. I just want to just give her a hug and be like, you know what? We're still going strong.
You're visibly emotional. If you're listening, you can probably tell her voice is breaking a little bit. Do you mind sharing where that's coming from? Because it's clearly a place that means a lot.
Yeah, because I think I'm at a place in my life where I know what my purpose is now, you know, and anything that stands in the way of my purpose, it gets eliminated by the older version of me, you know, because I'm like, no, I'm not going to deal with this. But when I remember what the younger version of me went through, it just breaks my heart, because I'm like, she didn't have to deal with all of that, you know. But I appreciate her in the same way, to be like, she went through that for us to be where we are, you know. So I remember, I think I was around 26 when I started working. I just came back. I was a junior account manager, where they were giving me an account, and we were going to pitch for the business again. We were re-pitching for the business. 25, 26, still trying to figure out life. Went into this pitch, and then my manager at the time, we had rehearsed and said, this is what you're going to say, this is what's going to happen. So the boardroom was like full of everybody, and then my manager was there, and then she starts pitching. And then when my turn came, I froze, you know. And I think those thoughts, like, you're in a boardroom, who do you think you are, just came, and then I just froze. And we lost the business. And it was in a boardroom. I was really ashamed of what I did to the company, because they lost the business, and I blame myself a lot, you know. But my manager and even the executive team, they're like, no, Max, like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But to me, it was a huge deal. And I remember then maybe I stopped. I started taking a step back in being visible, because I disappointed people, you know. And even though I did it in a small boardroom, where maybe only 12 people will know this about me, you know, that I did that. But there's women that have gone through so many ashamed or being embarrassed in bigger platforms, you know. I remember one of my friends has gone through something, but she did it. Hers was in a public humiliation. And I see her, how much potential that she has, but I know she's not pushing herself, because in her 20s, she was embarrassed, you know.
Oh, her light has been dim.
Her light was dim, and she doesn't realize that she thinks she's protecting herself, but no, she's supposed to be out there, you know. So like I was saying recently, like on Saturday, I was like, but why is it? Because literally last week we were launching a campaign, and I posted it. It went viral. The minute it went viral, I deactivated my account. And I'm like, what's going on? So that really then became a huge sign that there's something wrong. There's an underlying pain I'm still holding on now, because now it's viral, it's going on, and then I just, the first thought was to switch off from the world. That was my first thought. As much as I needed that healing, as much as I needed the noise to shut down a little bit, I was like, no. After that, I'm like, no, man, Max, you know how impactful you are. You know how you inspire people, and especially young men and young women. You cannot do it by playing small. So what is it about you being seen that is, it's like there's a block? What's the block? Yeah, so that's when I went to that 26-year-old version of me.
Sure.
I was in a sound bath at the sound healing session, and she was there, and she just felt like she's gonna disappoint again. There's so many people that are relying on us, and that version of me, I just had to remind her that I am here. I'm 42.
You're a boss, babe.
I'm like, and whatever you're thinking is not true, but
not true.
it was her truth then, and she used it by any means necessary to protect us, because she didn't want to feel like that again. But I can go through that again. I'm not scared of anyone.
Sure. Yeah, no.
So yeah. So
You know what I love about everything that has just happened? It's a reminder that it's not the superhero. It's not the person built of steel and titanium who makes it to the end. It's a real person who bleeds, who cries, who feels, but has the courage to keep coming back. And I think the courage exhibited in this instance is, it's not that external courage, you know, where it's the armor that we wear, the facade. Because you had to go face you now. You had to go inside and say, hey, what's going on? And the fact that you had that courage, my friend, I give you your flowers. That is really beautiful. You're joining us now. It's 20 minutes to the top of the hour. Your news is coming up. It's 938 Breakfast with Katlego. We're in conversation with Mags as she shares her story in what I consider such an authentic and beautiful way. Hey?
Absolutely.
Oh, love it.
Let's stop crying now. Let's talk for about 5 things.
Yeah, no, that's
Why I don't work on Mondays?
enough crying.
But I'm dehydrated. Now we're all here and here.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, guys.
No, that's
But I think you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So many of us
Damn.
are being guided by a 24-year-old who was scared. Nahana.
yeah, ne?
So
And
she
you know
made
what's
that
like-
decision to deactivate the account. She's the one who took control.
Yes, because she was protecting
She's
us.
like, yay, we are
What if another disappointment comes
Comes.
with this much attention?
attention, you know, so. And it's it's the Trevor Noah campaign. I'm the first one to put it out there. So that's why
this
it
new-
went.
the travel one.
Yeah, that's why it went viral, because the first time people see the ad, we were at the launch night. It went crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, no. Oh, shame, man. But, I mean, means what is for you will find you.
Like Katlego was saying, we just need to. I think now I guess I give myself the space to heal, because I'm meant to. So anything that stands in my way, even if it's me, I have to go to war with her, you know. Yeah,
Go to war with yourself for yourself.
for you.
How crazy is that?
Yeah,
No.
I wonder if we should still do traffic when I'm on the road.
yeah.
I'm like, people are ready wherever there's rain. So,
Are people not at work?
Yeah, now people are.
yeah, they don't need traffic, to be honest. Okay, let's do the live reads and all of that. Get those out the way and go back to our conversation. I love the way you've handled it. It's been so beautiful and authentic.
Yeah.
Get you and be like, you know what? Everything's perfect. My life's perfect. It's always been perfect. And then just to close it at the end, just before, if we can, we'll do a quick fire. So how that works is we're gonna ask you, I think it's 10 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just a quick yes or no.
Okay.
Or like
This or that.
Oh, okay.
Let me just go into traffic now.
3A.
Well, you should already be in the office or at the very least back home, drop the kids off. But if you're still on the roads in Sandton, you can expect delays around Rivonia Road, Sandton CBD, and the M1. In Fourways and Bryanston, traffic is still slow around Witkoppen Road, Winnie Mandela Drive, and the N1 Western Bypass, that'll be right. Around Randburg and Roodepoort, expect pockets of slow movement around Rand Park Ridge, Northcliffe, I almost said Friday, Florida, and the R24 towards Edenvale, Germiston, and the East Rand. Traffic is moving with slower patches around the N3, R24, and OR Tambo. That's the final traffic for this morning. But if anything does come up, you know what to do. You send your messages to 071 460 5169. We continue our conversation with Mags, talking about life, man. I'm really enjoying you being here. After this.
Know the feeling. You're roll up in style.
Back.
And just
I
like
do a live read and then you pick up the conversation.
turning heads,
You open it, man.
all eyes
Know where
on
you wanna
you.
go with it.
You are the man
No, I don't.
in your brand
Are you
new
gonna pick up this?
featuring Duduzo Makatini, Mandisi Yankees, Zonke, Karen White, Lyra, Vosinova, Sjava, and Babalwa M. Book your table for an evening of world-class music with an expertly crafted 3-course meal and fine wine pairings. 29 August 2026, Sun City Super Bowl. Tickets available from 950 Rand at Web Tickets and Pick and Pay. Brought to you by Vertex.
This winter, warmth means more than just comfort. It means care. Door of Hope is home to over 65 children, from newborns to 7-year-olds, all relying on daily love and support. You can help them by donating warm clothing, cleaning supplies, washing powder, pharmacy vouchers, or by making a financial contribution, because every act of kindness brings warmth to where it's needed most. Door of Hope, changing lives one child at a time. Visit doorofhope.co.za to make your donations. We continue our conversation with Mags, 46 minutes past 9. If you do want to be a part of the conversations, I think let me open up the WhatsApp line. No pressure. Sometimes it's nice to just listen. It's okay. There's no pressure at all. 071. Ooh, I lost my WhatsApp line. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Cause one day is one day. I'll get this WhatsApp line.
We shall keep it moving. Now, Mags, you know, being a boss babe that you are, you know, I can imagine, especially with so many businesses that, you know, you are pioneering, saying no doesn't come very, very easy. And unfortunately, as a businesswoman, you have to say no to some of the things. What is that one thing you've became so much better at saying no to?
Terrible clients. I'm not desperate. I think that's what I have been strong at, and I think even it helps my team to know that I'm not subjecting them to other terrible human beings, you know, and because they will then, when I'm not in the room, they will be treated bad. So I'm able to see the signs and your tonality. So if you're going to speak to me like that, imagine the people that work for me. I feel sorry for the people that work for you, you know, so there's a type of money I choose not to be around, and it's of people that are not kind.
Wow. Nice.
If you look back over the years, right, we take it back to all the way in Bloom, you know, in the squatter camp, you know, you start as an intern, you start to build up, and then you eventually start your own business. You start buying other businesses, you start investing in other businesses. Throughout that entire tenure, what would you say is the one truth that has held true, you know, that has kept you going when it would have been easier to stop?
I think sometimes, I guess maybe the pattern that now I'm realizing as we were speaking, it's the effect that sometimes I had allowed certain people's and certain individuals' opinions to be louder in my head. But then I got to a point where now I own the narrative of my head, right? So now what has become very similar, it's my phrase on my website is that you know, because sometimes you forget who you are, and then you get swamped into certain things, or maybe even bad environments and bad things that are not meant for you. But the minute you remember who you are and you understand that I'm not the only person that arrived here by myself, going back to when I'm going through my hardest periods and it's dark moments, I connect to my ancestors, you know. I connect to my mom who passed, my grandmother who told, when my mom was a teenager and she had me as a teenager, I was supposed to be an embarrassment, you know, but my grandmother told them, like, hey, well, she's going to change our lives, you know. So I connect, I channel them, and that gives me the strength to keep reminding myself who the hell I am, you know. So that's why, to me, that I don't think there's anything I'm afraid of, or anyone I don't think I cannot have a conversation with, you know. So it's just that element of my phrase is just Oskaleba. It's not just for people or telling young people to remind them who they are. It's also I need it on my website. I want it as a tattoo sometimes, so that I just always need to be remembering myself.
Fantastic. That is beautiful. And I mean, I wouldn't say no to getting it inked as a reminder, because my inks are my reminders.
Yeah,
Yes.
same here.
You know, because it's just, you know, I'm like, oh, Jeremiah 29:11. Cling, it clicks in my mind.
Adjust your posture real quick, real fast.
Very fast.
In a hurry.
Yeah.
You know, as we move on with this chat, what's something you're still trying to improve about yourself this Monday? And I mean, I can imagine that 26-year-old girl being one of them.
That's where we are now. I am unpacking, you know, and I'm finding ways to protect her, because I've gone through spiritual healings and I was taught how to navigate things like that. That's why I can go there, you know. So you talk to her, remembering at that age how you would have wanted to be addressed, so that you know. So now I'm still trying to unpack how we're having the conversation, because I cannot have her ruling my life anymore, especially knowing where I'm supposed to be. I see people like Oprah and I'm like, she inspires me, you know. And I'm like, if I was having this mind controlling me, I wouldn't even have gotten close to where Oprah is.
Yeah.
But now there's a possibility, you know, because now there's a version of me that has healed to say, okay, we can go further. So yeah, right now it's it just happened. We just arrived. But it just gave me another few months.
Oh, right.
You will see. He always knows. Like the minute I realize, this is the problem.
Yeah,
Okay,
You're
let's
doing
go. Yeah. So give me a few months.
Amazing.
Look, we could talk forever, and I know that we all want to continue having this conversation, but we are going to have to wrap it in a short while. But how we're going to do it is a little different, okay? We're going to play a song. When we come back from that song, we're going to give you a quick fire in 60 seconds, some questions for you to answer for us.
Okay.
And then the last thing you're going to do, and I know it sounds dark, it's not, okay? Is you're going to eulogize yourself for us.
What is usualized? But
On Kazakari, you didn't even act like that. We'll give you 60 seconds to just say, you know what, I'll unpack it when we come back.
Okay, sure.
She's doing phenomenally. Her new album, Up Hop, is out. Owns who she is, everything about her, top to bottom. Plus, she retweeted Leanne these days. Ooh.
Is it a pop? It's a pop.
Oh my God.
Time before I decide to go.